Hey guys, as per request, I'm going to give a brief overview on ADA Racing's scooter clutch kit. What it does is it allows pretty much any spindle-driven Goped or even a GoQuad to idle at a stop, just like a chain-driven GSR Goped. It will pretty much fit on any engine with a 54mm clutch. So this would include the Zenoah G2D, G230RC, G240RC, G260RC, and G270RC, as well as the Chongyang clones, the CY23RC, CY27RC, CY29RC, the GP290, and the GPL290. So it will fit the Sport, the Super Sport, the Liquimatic. It's a great alternative to the torque converter if yours is shot or the spindle on it shot. The Xped, Super Xped, Bigfoot, Super Bigfoot, and all spindle-driven quad rollers. You could probably actually adapt the Zenoah GZ25N23 Geo engine to a sport frame. It would make sense that it would work simply because if you can mount a G260RC engine to a GSR Sport, since the N23 uses the same motor mount, it should be possible to mount up ADA's adapter and use it on a sports scooter. Maybe you want to get better gas mileage, so those engines get great gas mileage and have great reliability. So I think it's possible. Okay, so let's overview the parts here. Right here is the actual adapter made by ADA. Right here we have standard clutch housing and clutch. You will need a clutch. Some engines come with them. If your engine doesn't have one, you will need to buy the clutch. I know Dave's Discount Motors will sell a kit that has both the clutch and ADA's adapter, or ADA just sells the adapter as a standalone if you already have a clutch, and you could probably get that at Dave's Discount Motors or ADA Racing. So as you can see we got a good shot here, it makes the engine stick out a little farther than without the clutch. We're on the front here. It's actually not as bad in person. It may look worse on video or in pictures. It's not that bad. You have to be careful when making sharp left turns, because I've actually scraped my pull start a few times. That's why I've made this little skid plate in the front here. Didn't realize I zoomed in. Okay, there you go, that's better. So you just got to be careful when you're making a left turn. Other than that, you think the extra weight on the left would make it steer and handle weird, but it actually doesn't. It may feel a little weird at first, but you'll get used to it right away as soon as you get on it. Let's see. You will have to, if you're using a pipe, fabricate your own mount. This is my solution. I just took the standard pipe mount, tilted it to the right a little bit, found a piece of metal, and bridged the gap, Loctited all the bolts. Just got to get in the habit of checking them every few rides. It's pretty solid, so it's been working out pretty well so far. Another thing to note is that the way it works with spindles, I'm not sure if you can see, it moves the spindle over pretty far to the right, so it actually sticks out beyond the frame. If you're going to use a third bearing support, you're going to need to buy a special spindle from ADA, and then you can use that with pretty much any third bearing. I don't have a third bearing, I just use dual EPWs. I find it more practical than a third bearing. So, as you can see, if the tire were on here, it would allow you to freewheel and turn the spindle as if it wasn't connected. When you give it gas, the clutch will engage and thus engage the spindle, and that will drive the tire. So it bolts between the engine and the frame. It's a very, very easy thing to do. It took me about, I think, 30 minutes to install. It's the biggest pain is just taking the engine off the frame, I think. I like it a lot. I think it's very much worth it if you want to stick with your sport or spindle-driven scooter and want to be able to idle. Not too much of a loss on acceleration, a little bit of a lag, but that's expected with a clutch. Certainly a direct drive spindle was faster off the line, but the clutch isn't too much faster. Once it's fully engaged, it runs just like it would before if it was just the spindle. I'll take this out for a ride in a little bit so you guys can see how it is on takeoff. Just give you another overview of how it sticks out from the frame. Again, it's not really that bad. Again, you can. The two places I know you can get this are at DDM or davesdiscountmotors.com or directly from adaracing.com. Okay, let's take this thing out so I can show you how the acceleration is. Okay, so here we are, ready to go. So first thing, as you can see, is unlike a regular spindle drive, you can freewheel. Back tire, I guarantee you, is engaged. So I'm going to start it up, and you can see that it can idle. Okay. See, it allows me to idle. Clutch is pretty quick in gripping. It's like a GSR Sport. You can see the front, how far off that sticks. Not too bad, once again. So that thing too, still requires spindle adjustment. Alright, so I'll put the camera up on the tripod and we'll go for a short ride. Alright, here we go. Freewheel back down. So that was on a slight hill too. As you can see, it carries me up just fine. On a flat surface, it pretty much engages like that. I just wanted to do it on the hill so you can see the power on the hill. It doesn't slip or anything, unless your spindle's slipping. So there you go. Like I said, I really like this clutch. Definitely recommend it for those who want their spindle-driven scooter or GoQuad to idle. Thanks, guys.